Um, yes. So a minute, and let me
Yeah.
see what it says.
Okay.
Um, Spirit says that you have a lot of light in your energy. Um, I'm going to try to focus on you and see what I can pick up. And already they're telling me that you're a very positive person and a blessing to your community and your family and your friends.
Well,
So,
I appreciate that.
um, are you looking into a career of service?
Something like that. I'm currently a music major. So I'm like trying to pursue something within music. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with my major.
Okay. You bring a lot of delight and joy to the people around you with your music. I'm getting. You feed off of that energy too, don't you?
Yeah.
When you're getting when you're getting that replay from people, that's
Yeah.
the light. That's the positivity. Um, are you in school for arts? For the
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in a liberal arts school, but I'm a music
Okay.
major there.
I see things working out. I see you traveling though. I
Really?
see you travel. Yeah, I see you traveling. Um, let's see. I think you want to pursue another town. I'm picturing like New
Yeah.
York. Um,
Yes. I've always wanted to go to like another big city.
so it seems like the minute you graduate, you got your backpacks and bags packed, and you're ready to travel. And I see you being successful in New York, but I also see you
Yeah.
traveling. Like you're going to be requested um, to go to different cities and possibly different countries. But that's
Oh my
further out.
god.
That's not that's not like right around the corner. Other countries are in your journey though. You'll journey to other
Okay.
countries.
Okay.
Um, Spirit says you're a joy, and that there's the guides want me to tell you to keep the joy with it. Keep that joy that you have. It won't
Okay.
fail you. Uh, yeah, follow your heart. I do see you becoming successful. Um, do not let anything else bother you while you are studying and learning. Um, I see some things may take your attention away. Just
Yeah, it's
always
kind of
believe me.
happening. Yeah.
Um, there, there's this person with fuzzy curly hair, and that's a distraction.
Okay.
Uh, so because you have a gift and spirit wants you to share it and wants to share in your joy, that'll get you far.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
Um, what about love life? I'm in a really good relationship at the moment.
Let's see. Yeah, he's a very strong support, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Um,
is.
I see it happy. I also see at a certain point, you know how people get engaged and get married. I see with you two a an elopement. I see that you two just run off and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not planned. It's not, him getting on his knee like that and the whole family's involved. No, I see him grab your hand, and you smile at him. You get in the car and you get going, and you just elope one day like, let's do this thing.
Oh my God. No, because that's what I've been like thinking like lately. Because we've been together for almost about a year, and like I've never met anyone like him that's like made me like so happy and like genuinely cares for me. And like I kind of thought about like marriage and like we're thinking of moving in together after I graduate from college and everything. We're planning on like getting an apartment together. But marriage, I mean, I thought about it, but I just got to see everything goes. But like, I love him a lot. He's
I
everything
see
I
it
asked for.
working out. He seems to be very lighthearted and very good for you. But
Yeah.
marriage isn't gonna be a heavy thing. It's gonna be a very light thing. It's gonna be
Okay.
just like the natural step. So so yeah.
Thank
Is there anything
you.
else?
Um, I guess like a reading about like family life, like how many kids will I have in a few, if I'll have kids, and I guess like how my intermediate family here is doing, and like how are they gonna do, and if they're gonna be successful as well.
I do see that, and I also see you're having children later. Your music comes first, and
Okay.
that's your choice. That's your choice.
Yeah.
So, well, you have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What can I help you with?
Um, I was actually hoping that I would have maybe a message from spirit or a spirit.
Okay. Let's see. Spirit is saying that you're not taking care of yourself, that there's a point of anxiety,
Yes, probably true.
and they're saying that you need to learn how to breathe and let it go.
Okay.
Easier said than done, I understand. But Spirit's very worried that you're not smelling the roses. There's a saying that I'll
Yeah.
share with you. Worry is the misuse of the imagination,
Mhm.
and you're worrying and you're stressed.
Yes.
You need to find techniques in order to release that for yourself.
Okay.
That's very lovingly from Spirit. I don't sound very loving, but that's a very loving message from Spirit.
Okay.
Okay? Um, and Spirit says, whatever you're doing, keep up the good work with learning yourself and following your path. Because whatever you're doing
Okay.
right now is effective.
Okay.
So Spirit is very proud of you.
Well, good.
Um, let's see. One thing in particular is is kind of um, annoying or upsetting for you. And Spirit said that that's not going to be a problem for long.
But there's something annoying or upsetting?
Yes, something in particular. They said,
Okay.
don't worry so much, it will be taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah, they showed me you're very frustrated. Something's very frustrating, but it's going to be okay. Um,
Okay.
are you having problems with sleeping or headaches?
With what or headaches?
Sleeping. Are
Yeah,
you
I
sleeping
wake up a
okay?
lot. No, I have a hard time sleeping at night, and I wake up a lot in the middle of the night.
That's part of the stress and being upset. And maybe you need to tell yourself that everything is going to be okay. Spirit has told you everything is going to be okay. And
Okay.
breathe long, slow breaths before you go to sleep. But that's due to stress. That's due to the anxiety, and that's what's concerning Spirit. Even meditation music before you go to sleep. You need your sleep.
Okay. Yes, I
Okay.
agree.
All
All
right.
right.
Um,
Is there any messages about my career at all?
yes, Spirit said to keep on going the way that you are going. That whatever you're doing, it's the right thing.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
that's good to hear.
Let me see some more about that. Yeah, it seems to me that you have a good handle on your career. Um, are you a leader?
A reader?
A leader.
I,
You lead. Like
I'm
people
sorry, I
listen to
didn't
you.
hear you. Oh, yes, yes.
It seems that you're a very good leader, and even though this might not be a permanent, lifelong employment, you should be in management. You should be in leadership.
Okay.
Those are your gifts. Where you say something and people listen. Does that happen in private too? Like in private
Yes.
life,
Yeah,
where you
usually.
just put that there and people do. That's a gift. It's a gift to be a leader. And
Okay.
Spirit says you're doing really well.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and it's just a matter of anxiety and worry. And really, you have to find that time to meditate and find some quiet time to to feel joy. I bet as in the leadership role, that doesn't give you much time to relax and lay back and things are okay. So
Right.
if you could find some time to meditate and to know things are okay, have that faith. You are
Okay.
doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. So have the faith and know that it's working out.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Well,
All right.
I
Thank
want
you.
I want to thank you for calling.
Well, thanks for the reading. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye. So, that was a really nice show, and I want you guys to consider the love as a state of being. And I appreciate the callers. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you. And I hope that everyone has a blessed next couple weeks. All right. Enjoy your summer.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. Live from AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights into Consciousness
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Anna Olson. I'm your host tonight on this segment on A1R Radio tonight. Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. I'm going to just go into some readings. First thing tonight, I just wanted to drop a couple of lines about some things that have been interesting to me lately, and that is just that we're having published works of and writings of these books that have pretty much told the world that in 2020 that the COVID was going to come in. They didn't say COVID specifically, but they did say a virus that's similar to pneumonia, and we've had these pictures passed around. So, I really like that in this day and age, we have social media where people can really share what they see as interesting rather than leaving it all up to CNN, Fox News, NBC. As great as it is to get news from all sources, I really like that people can just take a picture of a book they have and post it everywhere, and it can be spread around the world 3 times around. So that's been happening, and I'm really excited about that. And I really love that these psychics, whatever you want to call them, intuitives, people who have a good message from spirit are being able to spread the message that people need to know. These are the important things, the spiritual things that everybody else seems to leave out. So, I'm just really happy about that. So a lot of people have known that this was going to come for a long time. There are people who have been preparing because they listened to intuitives. They listened to psychics. They knew that in 2020, we were going to have a pandemic, that we were going to need, to stock up on things that we need, that we were going to, a lot of people bought seeds and all sorts of really great things that will help prepare them. I don't know if they stocked up on toilet paper. We'll see. But, by any means, I'm just really happy that people can be prepared that way, and that intuitives and readers are getting the credit they deserve. And I just read in an article online that, from a very reputable source, a reputable big newspaper, was it the New York Post? I'm not 100% on that source, but I know that it was about how mediums are the new life coaches, the new therapists. Now, of course, if you have a mental illness of some sort, or like a depression or anxiety or something like that, you do need your specialist that will help you with, the medical treatment on that. But really, mediums are coming out as the new big coaches. So, I'm really happy to see these things coming about, and that people are really adding spirituality to their treatment and to what they need. It's been a great, great experience for a lot of people. And I have noticed that there's a lot of healing that goes on when I do a medium reading for people. And they are grieving, and they've done all their work with their therapist, with their psychologist. They have worked with a psychiatrist or whatnot to get to where they need emotionally that way, and with their brain chemistry. And then they can come to me, and we can work together to really close some doors that are still open to them, that they're grieving with, and that they're really experiencing a lot of grief. So, it's been a great learning experience for me, and I'm happy that as a medium, I can really help them close those ties and speak to their loved ones and get the information that they need to really feel like now they can just complete that grieving process. So that's been something that I've been really happy about, happy to do with people. I love to go through this process with people. I know what grief is like. I have experienced it. And for those who are grieving, I just, want to send a message out there that things do get better, that grief is hard. It is very difficult, but it's one of the most immense learning experiences spiritually and mentally that we can experience in this life, and that it is a great experience to be able to go through the process, especially when you're really dealing with it. Now, I'd always like warn people against any sort of trying to self-medicate when they're grieving. When I hear that somebody starts drinking or they start trying to, medicate themselves in different ways that we know is going to exacerbate that depression issue. We know that alcohol is a depressant. We know that if somebody's depressed, they should not actually be drinking because that is a depressant. So, really, I feel like it's good for people to know there are other modalities. They don't have to talk a lot about it. They can sit down and say nothing, and we can do a reading, and that will help. So Carly in Vancouver, Washington, I have her on the line now, and I'd love to do a reading for Carol. Excuse me, Carol. Carol, are you on the line?
I am.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm fine. How about you?
Doing great.
Okay.
So what would you like to focus on tonight? Is there a specific question?
A loved one that passed away.
Okay. When did they pass?
Pardon me?
When did they pass?
March 16th.
Okay, so this year, March 16th?
Uh-huh.
Well, that was pretty recent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing, I'm getting a male presence.
Yes.
And, it's interesting because I feel like it's, the interesting thing is that I feel like it's a son, but I'm not exactly sure on son.
Yeah, he's my grandson.
Okay. So did you raise him most of the time, or were you really close to him?
Yes, I partially raised him.
Okay. So that's why I'm getting son, but it wasn't all, that's where we're kind of getting that kind of hazy description of son. But the first thing that I'm seeing is that he was working really hard when he passed on a lot of things that he had been dealing with for a long time. And I see some heartbreak in his past. I'm wondering, did he suffer from depression? Or, it just seems like he was working so hard. And I'm getting that. Now, this is what's good about this transition into the spirit world for your grandson, is that I really do feel like it was the right timing, and that he did the work he needed to do before he passed. It may, anytime that we have somebody in our family who's younger than us pass, it feels very wrong. It feels unfair. It feels like it should not happen that way. But I do feel that he fulfilled his life contract.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm seeing heartbreak. I'm seeing heartbreak before he passed.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, did he see, I keep seeing like a substance in the body that affected his body, maybe like what would be like considered maybe painkiller, opioid, something that would, cause him to feel kind of sleepy or yeah. And so was it an issue with the way that he was trying to deal with his depression or his heartbreak? Was he trying to self-medicate, or is it perhaps like an overdose?
No, it wasn't an overdose, but he was, drinking a lot and smoking pot, and he actually was murdered.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Oh, so sorry for your loss. It seems like, that's a very personal thing. So I did kind of get that may have happened. And I always let the person let me know. Now, did he have a relationship with somebody? Was he in a relationship when he passed?
He was in a relationship, yes.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that there's a lot of heartbreak there, but that there may be some things that that she may know about what happened. Was she there, or was she?
No, she wasn't there. They had called her, and she went there after he was pronounced dead.
Okay, because I feel her presence there, and I really feel like she's really suffering a lot over this, and that the connection with her. Are you close to her?
Yes.
Because I feel like that connection to her is going to help everybody grieve, that she can really be part of the family and be almost like a new part of your family now, because she's going to really need a lot of the support. And then you guys, you and the family can really accept a lot of insight from her on the death, or before, before he passed. So I do feel like I see that his cup was full. So when I see that his cup is full, I'm seeing that he did everything actually that he needed to do before he died. So he knew his time was coming. I don't know if he had an idea that this person was wanting to harm him, or if he had some kind of premonition, but I feel like he closed those doors that he may have had open, where we talk about feeling loose ends. He tied up those loose ends before he passed, because I feel like he knew he was going to pass. When people are nearing their contractual death date, they know it inside, they know it deep down. And I believe that he did some things before he died to close those things up. Are you aware of any of those things? Did he call you? Did you have conversations with him about this?
No, I wouldn't, but I'm sure his girlfriend would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It may be helpful for you guys to ask her, because I feel like she's still in shock. She's not talking a lot about it right now, but when she's ready, the more that she can talk about it and start to verbalize what she experienced before he passed, the more you can learn from her and get more information about his readiness and some of the things, the way he was behaving beforehand. And I think that'll be very healing, because he was aware, and I think it's very comforting for loved ones to know that that these things sometimes are planned, and that there are times where they really are ready, and that you'll see signs of them around. So did he have a tattoo?
He did, yes.
Was it like a cross or something?
I don't know if he had a tattoo cross, but he had one with his little brother's name.
Okay. Because I'm seeing that something within the tattoo and the sign of the cross is going to be how he communicates with you and your family. So when you see, either the cross, the sign of the cross, or the tattoo design that he had, that's going to be you guys knowing that he's with you. Like, let's say at family events, or when you go out in nature, when you're thinking of him, these things, this is going to come through, and he's going to be there with you. And that's how he's going to let you know he's around.
Yes.
You can look for that. And that's his sign to you that he's with you. He's watching out for you guys still. You can talk to him anytime you want. And he is, what's really interesting is that I'm seeing him being a very powerful person.
Yes.
It's like his heart is very powerful. Like, he would really give you wisdom if you were having a rough time. It's almost like he usually didn't say a whole lot about it, but when you're having a rough time or something, he would have such amazing insight and power in his messages and the way that his intention would come through.
Yes. Can I ask you a question? Does he
Yes.
say anything about being with family members?
Really, just that he's there with everybody in the family while they're grieving. That he's observing. He knows that you're hurting. He is praying for you guys. He is there by you, comforting you. And when you start looking for those signs, you'll see it as proof and confirmation. Because I feel like people really need that proof.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's how he'll come through and let you know that he's
Okay.
there.
Thank
People
you
need
very
their
much.
You're so welcome. I'm so sorry for your loss. And, if you need anything else or you want to extend the reading, you can always reach me at my contact info's on my website. It's AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com, and it's at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
But I thank you so much for calling in, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Thank you. So next I have Raven from Little Rock, Arizona. Raven, how are you tonight? Hi, Raven. We're going to get her back on the line. I think we lost contact with her. Sometimes cell phones drop out. Right now I'm pulling Raven's cards. Hopefully we can get her back. And so far, it's really interesting because I have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is depicting somebody in a bind or basically bound into a predicament, or they're not able to see very clearly what's going on. It's kind of hard to see in this light and with the glare, but there's basically a girl in a dress, and she has a blindfold on, and she has her hands tied behind her back, and she's bound behind basically like a wall of swords. There's a bunch of swords surrounding her. So that's the first part that I have for her. And then we also have the Fool here. So we're working on getting her back on the line. First thing I want to go into with the Eight of Swords is that it has quite a few meanings. So first of all, usually, at least for this reading, what I'm getting, if Raven's listening, is that the Eight of Swords is a card that will depict, it could be many things, but for her reading, I'm feeling like it is indecisiveness. Can't really see which way to go at the moment, needs a little direction, kind of stuck in a situation. Sometimes you see this with people who are stuck in a marriage, financially bound, in debt, or sometimes you'll see this within people who have a loss of power, people in prison or who have been in prison for some time, and when they get out of prison, they're not really able to know how to start over again, or they tend to basically have a whole lot of issue moving on. Well, it looks like we have Tiffany in St. Paul, Minnesota. I guess we lost Raven, unfortunately. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How would you like to start your reading tonight? Do you have a question or a topic?
Well, I don't know. Not specifically, I guess. I'm just kind of wondering what my next step is. I'm not sure what I should be doing in general.
Right. Okay. That's interesting because before we got you on the line, we had unfortunately had a dropped caller, but I had been I pulled the Eight of Swords, and I had been just talking about indecisiveness for the next person on the line. This is how spirit works. So I got an indecisive and not quite sure what to do next. So did you say this was for career or just in general?
Just in general, in life. You know,
Okay. Yeah, so the Eight of Swords depicts somebody who's blindfold. They're not sure where to step, where to go, what the next move is. They're bound a little bit. So the goal in the reading now would be to get you unstuck. And we have the Fool that came up next. So I was just showing, the card that depicts the Fool, where you're a little more. I see the way I'm feeling this. Coming through is the Fool is depicting being more fly by the seat of your pants, make more sacrifices, kind of like, not be so reserved in your decisions or afraid. So it would be more about really branching out and taking some risks.
Okay.
And that's what I'm getting for your reading. So this would really, I'm feeling more like this is career for you. Is this making sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. And, I feel like there's even someone who could, I'm getting the High Priest now with the cards. And I really feel that there is somebody who could guide you into a new career or a career change of some sort, or just even staying where you are, but being able to be promoted.
Okay.
So there would be a man who would be able to assist you in that and give you some counsel on that. And it's just about coming forward and asking, or really considering your options a little more, and then making some more moves. And that's what I'm getting there. Do you have any questions so far?
No, not really. Because I was really thinking about going back to school, and like that would change everything, for like what I do now. Well, I'm laid off right now, but I'll be going back to work soon, hopefully. But I've been tossing the idea of going back to school around, and I just maybe I should just take that chance.
Yeah, that's what I was getting with the counsel from this person. I'm getting that very well could have been, education, continuing your education, going forward, in a new area of your career or a new career altogether. So that would absolutely fit into what this is saying here. And so then the next option would just be, okay, what would you go into? How long would you be able to go to school? And if you wanted to further your education, what major would you go into? So I'm really feeling like you're drawn towards the life sciences and serving people, caring for people.
Yeah.
Do you have experience in that now?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have experience in that right now?
Well, I did a lot of customer service and stuff like that, and I have a couple close friends that do have some nice nonprofits that serve the community. So, a little bit.
Yeah, I really think that you could go into something that serves others, takes care of people who need, a little extra help, or, like maybe even like rehabilitating people in some way.
Okay.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because I'm also kind of getting a little bit of your relationship. I feel a lot of indecisiveness, like you're just not sure where to go next.
Yeah.
So there's relationship, and then I even see location. Were you thinking about moving?
No, actually.
Okay, because I feel that might be an option that would help you right now to relocate.
That actually makes sense. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it, but I mean, it does make sense.
Yeah, and that's why we do this. We kind of bring up things that will, really help you to start thinking a little more along the lines of the right path. And here we go a little bit more with the taking a risk, and, and moving a little bit bigger moves, where it's really going to make a difference in your life. Yeah. So that's the main focus, I think, for your reading today, is just, really doing things that are a little more risky, little scary at first, a lot more work at first, but they're going to yield a big return once you get there.
Okay. Yeah, and I've been real cautious as of lately, so I should probably step out of my little comfort zone.
That's right. Yeah. Stepping out of that comfort zone makes the biggest moves. And then you have a new comfort zone where you're so much happier.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
really, that's what I want to see you do now. I'm just going to ask you kind of a personal question, and I'm sorry if it's too personal, but it's coming up in the
Yep.
reading, and that is, have you ever had like an addiction issue or anything like with alcohol or anything like that you've dealt with?
My dad was an alcoholic, and I've been drinking a lot more lately.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that would kind of make some sense. I've been drinking more than I usually do, for sure.
Okay. Now, with no judgment totally aside, I'm just seeing that that's basically something that's going to sort of stop you from making more progress. And it's kind of, it's just kind of what people do when they're bored or they're just like, what do I do next? And they kind of start resorting to those habits to like, just it's sort of like a way to pass the time, and it's a way to people socialize. But I'm seeing for you especially that can really stop your progress, and that it's probably better to scale back to like maybe close to zero alcohol.
Okay.
For you. Yeah. And that's just what Spirit's telling me, because they love you, and all your spirit guides, your ancestors, your all the angels, they love you, and what they want to see for you is the best possible outcome. And I see that there's they're holding up like a big old chest of gold. They're basically saying there's all of this stuff here for you, as long as you just know you're worth it and that it's here for you. It's always been here for you. We just need you to know that you're worthy of it, you're capable of it, and it's absolutely possible, and it's here waiting for you. And it's like they're waiting for you, where there's all this money and opportunity and a lot more happiness.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
what Spirit wants you to know. Yeah, this is all good stuff. So I'm just out of time. Thank you so much for calling in. I really hope that you have a great night. And you can always reach me, AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com, if you'd like to continue. So I hope you have a great night. And if you need anything else, let me know.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So tonight, it's interesting because I didn't know I was going to get a call to do a medium reading, and we had, this really emotional medium reading for a grandmother who had lost her grandson, who was also very close to her, who she raised, which is like a son. And, I just love how Spirit works. Spirit can tell anybody in their intuition what's happening, what's going to be the next step. And I just urge everybody to tap into that. You can pray and figure out or meditate, however you do it, how you best to kind of really tap into your own intuition, use your own discernment to move forward. So again, AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com is my website. I'd love for you to reach me if you'd like more information. I'm also on Facebook at Anna Olson Intuitive. Your best bet is my website, but I do check both. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. I'm here every week, Thursdays, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time and 9:30 Eastern Standard Time here on A1R. I'm Anna Olson with Insights into Consciousness. And I thank you so much, and I will see you later.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Guidance with Glennis. With Glennis Hewitt. Live from the tranquilroom.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Guidance with Glennis
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Oh, hi there, everyone. Guidance with Glennis Ewing here at the Tranquil Room in Albury in New South Wales. How amazing was last week? And all week I've been sitting here going, I absolutely love what I do when I can reconnect people with their loved ones that have passed over is just phenomenal. And, the two ladies last week that I read for, it was just such an honour. I do get overwhelmed at times with just the reconnection and the closure that we can give to these beautiful people. So it's an absolute honour to do what I do. And today's really, really exciting. I got so much positive reviews back and, thoughts from everyone when I had the beautiful Beth Elaine Haynes on a few weeks ago that I had to have Beth again. And our beautiful Beth is joining us today. And we're going to be talking about our chakras. So, as a psychic, I will use various modalities when I'm doing a reading. And, sometimes it'll be the tarot cards will come in. Other times I'll be using crystals or even a pendulum. But quite often when you work with energy, before a client actually sits down either in front of you face to face or even over a Zoom link or Skype, you'll actually feel where their blockages are in regard to their chakra. So quite often, the client will come to you and you'll know exactly what's going on before you even psychically become fully aware on what's happening. So today, I'm going to bring in the beautiful Beth, and we're going to be talking about chakras. So a massive warm welcome, Beth Elaine Haynes. Welcome, darling.
Thank you so very, very, very much, Glennis. It's an absolute treat to be here again, and I am grateful for the invitation to be with you again. It's excellent. Thank you.
Oh, absolute honour. Just what you bring to the show, Beth, your knowledge is phenomenal. You blow me away every time we chat. I just go, man, this is a really good platform to bring out, let everyone know what is out in this beautiful world. And, hopefully people will be connecting with you also. So, Beth, just today I want to really focus on our chakras. Now, a lot of people of the seven main chakras. So there's your root or base chakra, your sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and then your crown. But I know, Beth, you have taught me so much more. Do you want to? Can you elaborate more?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. As far as being energy healer, because they're energy, they're portals of energy that gift us knowledge about our client, about ourselves, about where we're at, and to be able to bring a greater balance to our clients. So if somebody comes to you for a healing, so if you're a healer out there or you're thinking about becoming a Reiki practitioner or a remedial massage therapist or an energy healer where you're working with the auric field of the body and the physical bodies, one of the greatest gifts that you can bestow upon yourself and the information that will gift you for your clients is learning and understanding the chakra systems. So you can feel them, you can read them, you can identify with them, and you can, prescribe mindset shifts, diet, food. They're linked to ourselves, our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, our spiritual body. They're linked to us in our energetic totality. And if we understand that we can balance them, that we can help bring that person back into harmony, because that's what healing is bringing the mind, the body, the spirit, and the consciousness back into harmony. And if we have a greater understanding of our chakra systems and how that we're able to do that through nurturing, through healing, through awakening people to information about their chakra systems, then the greater self-knowledge that they have, the easier it is for them to be able to heal themselves. Because as a healer, we're the catalyst of change for the person because the people heal themselves. You just awaken that information for them, because everyone has their own truth. So the chakra system, as you were saying, Glenys, is a base chakra, which our first three chakras, our base, our sacral, and our solar plexus chakras, are our human chakras. So they're our physical body chakras. So our base chakra anchors us to Mother Earth, and through Mother Earth we receive consciousness, nourishment, we feel safe, we feel protected. But if we're out of balance of that, it's also a prehistoric safety mechanism that is protection that can take it into fight, into flight, or to freeze. So when you're in a dangerous situation, your base chakra and your prehistoric instinct will kick in and protect you. So your base chakra is all about protection, it's all about nourishment, it's all about nurturing, and it's all about feeling safe here on Mother Earth. It also anchors us or grounds us to Mother Earth.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will experience that. I know when I'm doing a healing, it's the root chakra or the base chakra that I focus on immediately first, because it just the congestion that you feel, and that fight and flight.
Right?
Sorry,
Blocked by fear.
Yeah,
the base chakra is blocked by fear, because the person doesn't feel safe in their relationship, the person doesn't feel safe in their workplace, the person mightn't feel safe in their friendship circle, the person might be, and then you'll find out, first of all, you'll feel the fear, you'll feel the congestion, and then through that information that you have absorbed that has become known to you, then you're able to diagnose or help the person in front of you. Okay, my darling, what are you scared of? And it can be volatile. It can be all sorts of emotional pain, and that is blocked by fear that could be a chronic or could be an acute occasion. So it could be a post-traumatic stress disorder from a fire or from a trauma as a child, such as a near-death experience or a drowning or something like that, that perpetuates itself. So the chakra remains blocked in fear. And people come to you with a chronic or an acute condition, and you recognise that straight away by the fear. It tells you straight away that they've got a block, so they don't feel safe here on Mother Earth, they don't feel nurtured. And there's all sorts of things that come out of that, but you can help them by just knowing that that's what the base chakra represents for you to help them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, and I think it's important that people realise that there is a difference between your bottom three chakras and your top three chakras, and then, you join together with your heart chakra. Can you elaborate? Yeah. So can you elaborate more?
Yeah, well, I call the heart chakra Bali. When you're playing hide and go seek and you had the Bali, you had your safe place where no one could touch you. So I look at the heart chakra as this amazing space because no harm can come to you when there's love.
That's beautiful.
You can have a broken heart, but in your heart chakra itself, it is the place that you can go to in between your bottom and your top, because from your voice up, your throat, your third eye, and your crown chakra is your connection to your spirituality. So it is your voice of truth, it is your vision, your Akashic records, and it is your connection to all it is, your consciousness. So it's your actual connection to the consciousness of the universe. So it's your connection to all it is. So, and all of them give us information about ourselves, like our sacral chakra, getting back to our beautiful human chakras. So you've got our sacral chakra is our reproductive chakra also connects to our sexuality, our expression, and it can be blocked by guilt. So there could be sexual abuse, there could be sexual guilt, there could be. It's also it doesn't because it's our energy, it's our vitality. It's also where we bear children. So there's a lot of emotions around childbirth, about women in their period, about men and their sexual function, about people who are having children. So people who are having difficulty with children, there can be guilt because they're not able to utilise this section of their creativity. It's also where our creative juices flow, about our ideas and what we create. So you'll see people that their creative juices flow, and you're a very creative person, Glenda, so you can see all around you your creativeness. So when that can be blocked, it can be blocked by guilt, because it may not be bearing fruit, or it may not be what your vision may not have come into fruition. So all those sort of things. And that happens with not being able to have a child as well. There's guilt about not being able to reproduce. So it's blocked by guilt. And then you've got your solar plexus, which is power. It's your personal power. And it's also how the world sees you. So it's your sun. It's also connected to the sun. That's where you shine. It's where people see you and how you are seen by the world. And it can be blocked by shame because you haven't felt good or comfortable with who you are. So your base chakras, your base, your sacral, and your solar plexus are going to tell you everything that you need to know about the person's journey so far. And that's going to help them bring in nurturing love, releasing old programs, releasing genetic, historic, or soul beliefs that no longer serve them, and opening new pathways, whether that be through Reiki, or all the forms of many facets of healing, all have their different ways of helping people recognise where they're out of balance. And then your heart, heart issues are, everything leads to, need to, heart pain is massive. I mean, I don't think there's a human being that walks this earth that hasn't had heart pain. So, so we're up to the heart. And then there's the throat, the voice of truth. You've got your vision, and your history comes from here. Every life that you've ever had is in your master cell and your pineal gland, which is attached to your third eye, which gives you access to every life that you've ever lived in your historic. And your history, your life, your many lifetimes, and then your connection to all it is. And if it's blocked, if your your heart's blocked by grief, your loss of a family member, a loss of a partner, a loss of a child, a loss of a workplace, you grieve that. So your heart's blocked by grief. Your throat, if you're not able to speak the truth comfortably, you're not comfortable with who you are, then it's shut down by lies or deceit. So your voice is shut down by that. Then you've got your insight. So illusion, not being able to see the truth because you're not anchored to Mother Earth, so you don't feel safe. So you can have out of brain chemicals out of whack as well. So, and then you've got your crown, and it's blocked by earthly attachments. So, look, they're as simple as complex. I could talk about them forever. Oh, that's just one version of information.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in one way it's good that we just mainly focus on the 7, because if you just keep branching out, as you said, you just go further and further out. But, I think it's so important that people realise that your chakra and they need to be balanced and cleansed on a regular occurrence, because it helps quieten the mind. It helps clear, like I just know when I'm doing a chakra healing that it's like you can physically see your clients leaving with this weight off their shoulders. It's like they grow, another foot taller because they've been able to actually just stop and realise that for that hour or however long the session is all about them. And it's a privilege that we don't honour ourselves enough. And I'm guilty of that, But it's just when you specifically just work on the chakras, the information that you are given because of what you can physically see and what you energetically can feel, it just blows me away. It really does. Just to see the difference, the calmness. And I think that's probably the word that I really need to use here is the calmness that people receive once they've had a balance and a cleanse of their chakras. It's phenomenal.
Reconciles them, Glenda. So reconciles their vibration because they're harmonic. Sound healing is an amazing way to awaken and heal and cleanse the chakra systems because they're portals of energy, and they vibrate out. And that's how you can read your auras too. So when people have come to you for healing and you're able to read their auric field, the dominant colour will tell you where they're working on at the moment. They could be working in their heart chakra, could be working at vocalising themselves, their vision maybe through the charts, and if it's red, they're high energy and they could be in a really creative state of mind. So all this information allows you to help them realise where they're at, and do they need to pull that in a little bit or do they need to open it up a little bit more? So they're given a greater balance for what they do, how they are, and self-healing. So they're a phenomenal tool that you can educate yourself in as a healer, but also educate your client in as a way of recognising where they're out of balance and how they can harmonise that within themselves. A meditation, put on some sound, put on some, crystal bowl music or some nice relaxing music and just allow the body's harmonics to rebalance.
Yeah, I know at times, I'll have someone ring up for a reading and I'll just automatically just sense their blockages and I'll go, for a really pristine and clear reading, I would highly recommend that you have a healing beforehand. Sometimes I just feel that their congested energy can actually cloud the reading. And I'm sure at times, Beth, you could resonate with that. So I feel that, if anyone was to call for a reading, to really learn how to ground themselves first and protect themselves. I do that through the reading anyway when I first start, but to really have your energy open and really balanced, I just find that my readings are so much more crisp, I think is the word, like they're really on tap and it's clear. There's no umming or ahhing in any of it. It's just, having your client in such a beautiful, clear energy just makes the reading so much, I don't know what the word is. I was going to say more beautiful, but it's crisp. It's really, really clear. Yeah.
Pristine.
Yeah.
I mean, because a reading is a healing, Glenys, and the highest, best and good is always the first thing that comes up. So when these clients, these beautiful people ring you for this, you're feeling what their highest need is. And their highest need is first to have that cleansing, that clearing, that balancing, so their truth is able to come forward out of the chaos.
Yeah, beautiful, really beautiful. So, Beth, you've also spoken about your soul chakra. Can you explain that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we have a earth chakra and we have a soul chakra. So when I'm anchoring people, before I do anything, I call in the great central sun to shine in through the crown chakra, to go down through their physical body, then down through their feet into Mother Earth and encapsulate their Earth star. So that anchors them to being present. And then I go out through the cosmos, out through the crown chakra, out into the universe, and I encapsulate the soul star or the soul chakra.
Beautiful, yeah. I just know, I've been very privileged to have had a healing and a reading with you, and I just know that when I've had that healing, the reading is just phenomenal, and I use that word a lot, but it really, I just know that at times that my own energy can actually dampen the how clear the reading is. So, I find that really, really important. Okay, so Beth, are you ready to do a reading?
Yeah, for sure, Glenn. So we've got
Okay. We've got the beautiful Michelle on. So, Michelle, welcome, and I'm going to hand you over to have a reading with Beth.
Okay.
Hello,
all right,
Michelle.
go ahead.
How are you?
Hello?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, good, darling. I'm just wondering how I can help you. What question do you have for me today, and how I can be of service?
It would be more of a mediumship.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear what you said. Would you be able to repeat that, my love?
It would be more of a mediumship.
No. Can you hear that, Glennis?
Excuse me?
Oh, she's after mediumship.
Yeah, mediumship. Oh, for sure. Yeah, sure. Yep. Well, I really can't hear you. The connection isn't good, but there's a grandmother here that's come in straight away. When you said mediumship, a grandmother turned up on your father's side. I don't know her name. She's not giving me a name at the moment, but mother's side. I don't know whether she was a special. I'm just saying that there was a special carer involved with her, and whether you were close to the carer, I'm not quite sure. Not seeing anything. Yeah, is it Margaret or Michelle's lady's name?
Okay.
I can't hear. Yeah, it's really hard. I can't hear. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm just getting that that a grandmother came in on your mother's side. It was very cloudy at first, and she's just saying that she cares for you deeply on the other side, and it's something to do with the carer. I'm not quite sure what the carer was, whether you were in her care as a child, but that's all she's saying. She wants to know that she's ever present in your life, and then you can call on her for guidance and healing whenever you need her. So I'm not quite sure whether it's a grandmother or a great grandmother, but it's on your mother's side. She cares for you deeply. That could be it. She cares for you deeply, and she wants to know that she's there. She's there in any way, shape, or form to offer you support, love, and guidance. And and is there any message specifically for you? You need to rest up. The question is here that you need to rest up, and that do you have a complicated situation going on at the moment that is causing you stress?
Yes.
Okay. She's coming in to help you with that. She wants you to do writing. She says that you've got a lot of information that goes on in your head, that you self-dialogue all the time. She wants you to start writing that down. See you lighting a candle, and maybe even putting some oil on and writing down the messages that you're coming through, because she's more than happy to help be a conduit for the messages and for the information that you need to help you in this stressful situation. Actually, I don't know if it's a stressful situation, but it's a precious situation, and you're under the pump. But she's so in divine service for you, with you, to help you have clarity and a greater understanding of what you have to contribute to the situation as well. Because she's saying you're a magnificent wayseer, and you have amazing light energy to contribute as well. So never doubt your ability to be able to transform and shape, shift, change and have absolute faith in your capabilities, one as a human being, but as a divine being as well. And she will be beside you, helping you. Just call her in. And you also need to walk a little bit more, not walk, or both, with Jesus. Jesus is another one of your master guides. And he will also bring you sacred geometry, which is quite odd for Jesus, but he's going to bring in sacred geometry and utilize the energy of Metatron's cube, which is the archangel, the angelic realms. So if you can get a crystal similar to that, you can get a little baby one, you can get big ones, or just a something that is symbolic of Metatron's cube that would help support you and being able to travel through the multi-dimensions of where the information is. So it will help bring everything in like a package. So you're going to have something that you can utilize for this situation and further, and something that you can expand upon for further in further timelines.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Beth, I just exactly what you were saying. The only other thing that I could add onto that, Beth, is that more water. You know, I'm just feeling there's a hydration is absolutely needed as well.
Why I got thirst.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, so I'm just feeling, darling, that you need to be drinking a lot more water as well. Really keep your system flushed because that'll stop some of the chaos as well. You know, it keeps your brain hydrated. It stops that chaos in your head.
Help it be a conduit as well. It will help it be a conduit to the mediumship of what she's going to receive. Water is imperative, my love. Okay? We're going to go, baby. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, my darling friends, the beautiful Beth, thank you for joining us again. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you on here.
My pleasure, Glennis. Absolutely. It's a delight. And thank you to your audience too for participating. And the chakras we could talk about forever, Glennis. So thank you so much again.
My absolute pleasure. Okay, folks, so this is Guidance with Glennis coming to another end for another week. And from my heart to your heart, be kind to you. And thank you so much, Beth. I dare say we'll have you back on.
Hey,
you know,
my pleasure.
Absolutely beautiful. And, you know, May, wherever you be, Beth, actually, I think you need to finish this with the Be the Light that you always say.
So always remember, beautiful people, that you are the master that you are seeking, and may the light of love shine brightly upon you all, always. Namaste. Bye for now.
Beautiful. Thank you, Beth. Thank you.
All right, Sammy. Bye.
Okay, my beautiful friends, so I will be seeing you again next week, and may you have a blessed week. Thank you very much.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you all doing this evening? I don't know about you, but the full moon and eclipse really rocked my world, and I feel like I'm still feeling the effects of it. This morning, I woke up and I told my husband I felt like I was in Groundhog Day. And I'm sure, hopefully you all know the movie Groundhog with Bill Murray, and I just wanted to pull the covers up over my head and stay in bed. And you wake up and you have that glazed look in your eye and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to do this again. That was my morning, and it was a little bit of a stressful day, I have to say. And so, you know, we've got so much going on in our world right now, not only physical world within the human life, we've got a lot going on in the cosmos as well, and it is really, really stirring things up. And as you see, what is going on right now, so not only do we have everything going on in the outside world, but we have our personal life too, that we're going through things, and it makes it very interesting and kind of hard to navigate a little bit. Which brings me to my topic tonight. So, of course, you know I'm going to have a topic. I always have a topic. So it's really interesting when we are stressed out and we are finding it hard to navigate. It feels like we're pushing against everything. Everything we try to do, it's not working, it's falling apart. Miscommunication, things are getting, balls are getting dropped and things are just going crazy. It is the biggest sign from the universe, and my coworker is going to laugh at me right now. It is the biggest sign that you are out of alignment. You are out of alignment with the universe. You are out of alignment, possibly in your spiritual path as well. And that's kind of where I found myself today. I was really feeling out of alignment. And as much as I hate to say it, I'm still human. I'm still in this life to learn as much as I can about the human experience. And I found myself in very stressful modes. In fact, all week, really. And that's why I woke up feeling like I was in Groundhog Day, not wanting to deal with this all over again. And so, in the famous words of Matt Kahn, who I absolutely love dearly, when you are in stress mode, it is the biggest sign that you are out of alignment with what's going on in the universe. And so what do you do at that point? You're at your wit's end. You have controlled the situation as much as you can control, and you're not getting any results. That, my friends, is where you call upon the universe. And again, in the famous words of Matt Kahn, the most important spiritual practice that you'll ever do in your life is to call upon the universe. The universe, angels, guides, however you want to call the universe, are here and waiting to help you. And until you call upon them, they cannot intervene. So when you find yourself in these stressful situations, you are out of alignment and you're needing help. And it's the hardest thing for us little humans to do is ask for help. We are so strong-willed. We come here going, yep, I can do this. I have planned to do this, and I can do this. And for some reason, it has been ingrained in us that asking for help is a weakness. Actually, asking for help is the strongest element that you can ever have in your life. And if we can understand that piece of it, we would be able to tackle anything. We would be able to take on whatever it was and know that we're going to be able to get through it. And you don't have to be in spiritual practice to understand this. This can be everyday life. Asking for help in your job, asking for help from your family, asking for help from your friends, no matter how big, how small, asking for help. It's no different than asking for help with the universe. So I have to tell you a story. Today, in my stressful points of view, I had to remove myself from my computer and the room and take a little break and do my own techniques. And boy, let me tell you, taking on your own medicine is, for anybody, is really hard to swallow. So I took my own advice. I took my own medicine. I removed myself from the situation, did some breathing exercises, and called upon the universe and surrendered. I cannot do this alone. I ask for your guidance. I ask for you to intervene now and to help me figure out what I cannot figure out. And let me tell you, I will be the first one to tell you, some really miraculous things started happening. I got some calls from people and I was getting the help that I needed, the help that I wasn't getting before. So it's of no coincidence that I stopped, surrendered, and asked for help, and help arrived. It's being open to receiving that help and then being in the awareness when it shows up for you. And of course, always be willing to thank the universe afterwards and say, thank you for bringing the help when I needed it most. So remember, you're not here on earth to do this alone. You always have help available at your fingertips 24/7, all of the time. Use your resources. Let life happen a little easier, a little more free flowing. It's going to make all the difference in the world. So that is my tip for you guys for tonight. And right now, we are going to go to the phone lines. And we have Belinda in New Hampshire. Good evening, Belinda, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Good evening.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Can you hear me all right? Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can hear you just fine. What can I help you with tonight?
You can help me with a bunch of things. I've got.
Okay, well, let's start with number one.
Okay. Love life. And my career. Other than that, I think I'm okay.
So, love life. Is that what you said?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Let me tune in to see what your loved ones have to say. So give me just a moment. There's going to be a little bit of silence during this time, but I will be right back with you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Belinda. So, what I'm being shown from your loved ones is that number one, you have the biggest heart ever. You are just an amazing giver, and you have a hard time receiving.
Okay.
And it's the receiving part of it that you kind of have a block on. And so because of that, you're actually blocking somebody from being able to come into your life.
Okay.
So the first thing they're showing me, some of the things that will help kind of release that block is by first off being able to, even the littlest things like compliments, being able to receive a compliment. And when someone gives you a compliment, oh, you look fantastic today, don't come back with, oh, wow, I really had a hard night. I didn't sleep well. I have bags under my eyes. My hair is a mess. Come back with a simple thank you. And that just starts opening up the doors, because I'm being shown that you're kind of blocked in your lower chakras, and it's all about relationships, right? Our lower chakra, the solar plexus and the sacral chakras are all about relationships, not only a relationship to others, but a relationship to ourselves. And I'm also being shown that there's a component there where you struggle to have a good relationship with yourself. And, the first and foremost thing when we talk about relationships is that you have to have a good relationship with yourself. You have to feel good about who you are as a person and being able to receive yourself as a person. And a lot of times when we are givers, as you are, we kind of squelch that because it's just so innate for us to give that we forget how to receive.
True.
Okay. Is that making sense? Is that making sense to you?
Yep, I'm getting better at it.
Good for you. It is a practice. It is a practice.
Yes, it is.
It is. Yes, it is. It's every day. And I will be the first one to tell you that I still, to this day, still have problems with taking compliments. I am getting better, right? But it's because, it's because of that we give. And so we put ourselves out there to give before we receive. So, I am being shown that there is somebody that is waiting to come into your life. Okay. It's going to be a really beautiful relationship, one that you have never really experienced before. But it all starts about the receiving piece of it. Okay. This is going to be okay. Thank you. So something else that your loved ones are showing is be very open-minded. Okay. They're showing me that the person that's going to come to you is not going to be anything or anybody like you expect. You have a vision of what you think that person should be, and it's not going to be like that. Okay. So you will have a tendency to shut that person out. Okay. There's the relationships that you've had in the past have been really tough, really harsh. This person's going to come around and bring love and loyalty and things that you are almost going to shy away from because you don't
Okay.
believe they exist.
Right.
So they're just saying, please be open to the people that walk into your life. Be in awareness of who comes into your life because you will be amazed at the person that comes in and it's not going to be who you think it's going to be. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Remind me again what your second question was.
Well, I own a business, and I would prefer to have more people in my business, and for
More
some
people.
reason, well, I'm a hairdresser,
Okay.
and I think my career is going well. Actually, it's a matter of having more stylists, giving somebody an opportunity to enjoy what I've created.
Right.
I'm kind of waiting
So,
for that, and it seems to be taking a little bit too long.
yeah, they're showing me that it is taking a little while. So they're showing me some things that you can do. So when we come into this life, there are people that come along with us for the ride, so to speak, who sign up with us and say, "Yep, I'm going to help you do that in life." Right? It's a matter of calling out to those souls energetically. And one of the ways that you can do that is to imagine yourself with your salon with the number of people that you would like to have in your salon, right? So,
Okay.
you know, so close your eyes and are you a visual person?
Yep.
Okay. So close your eyes, imagine your salon, and imagine every single station filled. Imagine the people laughing, talking, the energy of it being really good. So if you can hold that thought, the longer you can hold that thought, hold all of that information, that's when manifestation and creation happens. So if you can at least hold that thought for 17 seconds, and then if you can hold it for a minute. So at 17 seconds, your energy, that positive energy goes out to the universe and you say, I would like to have six stylists in my business. And wow, and just be grateful and thankful and be thinking about this throughout. I'm so grateful and thankful that I have six stylists. And wow, look at how the energy has shifted. Look at how positive this is. Look at all these people getting great haircuts and feeling fantastic when they walk out the door, right? Have a dialogue with yourself and the universe because as you think these thoughts, you hold these thoughts. They go out into the universe and then they start creation. The longer you can hold that thought, up to 3 minutes, that's when your manifestation begins. That's when the creation and all the yumminess happens. Okay? So
Yeah.
keep throwing out those positive energies. Act as if, when you're thinking about these things, act as if they are already there. Wow, look, I have 6 stations and they're full every single day. How awesome is that? How great is that? Talk in the respect that you already have it. Okay?
Yep.
Because it's
I can
there.
do that.
It's like, it's there. It's the energy of it is like right there. You just need a little oomph to get through that.
Okay.
And I see that you're going to get that. It just may not be in the
Thank you.
timing that you're hoping for, but it's coming. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else I can help you with this evening?
I don't know. Do you see anything else? Because if you see something else, you can tell me all about it.
I am, I am not getting anything right off. I can see that you have a lot of people, spirits, angels, guides, who are really backing you. So, if you were able to listen in on what I was saying before you got on the call, it's all about asking for help in the universe and saying, and again, this goes back to wanting people in your salon or meeting that right person and saying, I can't do this on my own. And so I'm calling upon the universe to help me. Help me fill those chairs. Help me find that perfect mate, right? It's about asking for help and calling in all the powers that be to help you do that.
Okay. I'm on it.
Awesome. I know you can do this.
Oh, yeah, I can. I have faith
know
in
you
myself.
can.
Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Have a wonderful evening.
And thank you so much for having me. And you also have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. I will. Next, we have Angie in Pennsylvania. Good evening, Angie, and welcome for Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. What can I help you with tonight?
I was kind of curious to see what kind of things that are just coming to you, to be honest. I've been kind of at like a flatline position in my life right now with, I don't know, I've just been like relaxing during this whole COVID thing. And it seems like I was just weeding out a lot of things that didn't belong in my life. So I just kind of was seeing if there was any guidance or anything that,
okay.
I don't know.
Okay, Angie, perfect. So let me see what your loved ones have to say. I'm gonna it's gonna be just a couple minutes of silence here as I tune in, and I'll be right back with you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Angie. So what I'm being shown is it's basically like you are going through a growing and a shifting period in your life. I'm being shown it's like in every aspect of life, you're shifting and changing. And as you are shifting and changing and growing, it's actually at a pretty rapid pace, but it feels like you said, everything is flat. And I know that seems like kind of an oxymoron, and how can that really be? But they're showing me. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What they're showing me is that this growing and this shifting is happening pretty rapidly. But it's making you feel like you have this flatness, like nothing is happening, because it's all happening kind of internally. It's spiritually, it's in your higher self. But what it's doing is you're kind of like almost shedding your skin, so to speak, right? So that something new can come through, something new can rebirth. And that's kind of where you're sitting right now. It feels very heavy. I mean, I can imagine that you're having all of these feelings of everything just being very heavy, like maybe you're trudging through the mud, trying to get to the other side. And
yeah, I've been working.
Go ahead.
Oh, I've been working with a holistic therapist with this brain spotting technique to deal with past traumas. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah. I'm feeling like definitely there has something to do with that. I feel like that you're going to be taking some leaps and bounds here. It feels like, August, September, things are going to start shifting and changing, and you're going to be seeing some of those things release. I'm seeing some shifting and changing within your job. All good things. They might be small shifts and changes, but they're all for the better, to help you grow and to help you move through some of the other challenges. Okay, so that's kind of like that little first step. And I'm being shown that these things are going to be coming in little pieces, in little steps, and you could get frustrated with that because you want them to happen now. So they're asking you just to be patient because it's coming in little pieces at a time.
Okay.
I'm being shown that there's going to be some really big breakthroughs for you as well. So not only in these little pieces, there's going to be these little bursts, right? So during those little bursts, take advantage of that when the energy is really positive and moving forward with you and in flow. That's when you want to take action to take your next step, okay? Okay. And Angie, we are coming down to the last couple seconds of our show, so I want to thank you so much for calling in tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
All right, you too.
That does it for us. Another Thursday in the books. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight and found some good information on what I had to talk about this evening. Reach me over on my Facebook page at Julie Yeager Walker Medium or Your Time to Shine, or you can always find me on my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. I have some fantastic classes coming up to help those empaths out there. So check out my website and my Facebook pages. More to come. Have a great evening, everyone.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Avid Advice Live with Fia Johann. Live from AvidAdviceLive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Avid Advice Live
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
There is somebody's mom here. She directed to you right now.
Fia was actually channeling my mother.
I have her right now with me.
She passed away 3 years ago.
She says, forgive me.
Hearing from my mom was amazing.
What she told you before, 3 days before she passed.
That she loves me and that she'll see me soon.
She's directing me another woman in the room. Please.
My grandmother was my mentor growing up.
There's two women that directed by her right now. You and her. She's talking about the man that she was concerned, and she's still concerned, and she asked for forgiveness for that man as well.
The man that she brought forward to forgive, that's my brother.
She's telling you to stop being weak. Bring more confidence into your life.
You know, we're all at different points in our lives. We've all been through different experiences, traumas, excitements, joy.
She's proud of you. You're quick in something. You stopped something that was very hard for you to do.
You wouldn't think that 10 years ago that I was addicted to drugs.
She says, I'm proud of you. Continue.
I never stopped asking the universe to show me the way.
She's talking about your pain. Let it go.
I don't have to have that story anymore. I don't have to hold on to the story of my pain, of my past, of my trauma. Today, I can let it go.
Let it go! She said, can you forgive me?
Yes.
Say goodbye to all things that could stop you to succeed, to feel good, to connect with your soul. Say yes high.
Yes.
Loud.
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
She's asking you, can you forgive that person? She's directing someone else. She's directing a man. She's directing someone. Can you forgive that person? Can you forgive that person for her? Loud.
Yes, I forgive him.
Why you do forgive him? She want to know.
I forgive him for myself.
You are worthy enough to do everything for yourself. Not for anybody else, for yourself.
I know that takes a lot from her, but she gives. And she gives and she gives.
She's asking you to be strong, to be powerful, to be connected to your soul. You don't need anyone's affection and approval to be perfect. You are already perfect. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Just say, yes, I do believe in myself.
Yes, I do believe in myself.
Louder!
Yes, I do believe in myself.
Louder!
Yes, I do believe in myself.
And I believed in her.
We're all from Brooklyn, New York, so there was a very Jewish Italian community there where people's homes were open and they would intermingle and share their faiths, share their food.
She's talking about backyard. She's talking about the trees. She's talking about dishes. She's talking about the chicken. She's talking about the chair. She's talking about everything. Please direct her what she's trying to say.
Nana's house.
Nana's. My mom's house. We all lived together. I mean, they lived there. with my mom and my dad. They were always together. We were always together, always cooking. She actually made a better chicken parmesan than my mother.
Yeah, hers is better. But don't tell her that.
Yeah, don't tell my mom.
Don't tell Nana.
There is a power in sadness. There is a power in pain. And the power comes when you overcome it.
Talking to her really, really helped me, I think. It's definitely gonna kind of just clear my mind of all the negative thoughts that I had.
My father, Congressman Ron Dellums, who passed away a year and a half ago, visited FIA.
Today was a day to remember Ron Dellums, who in 1970 brought to Congress an anti-war and anti-apartheid stance that was branded as radical and dangerous.
Oh my God. He's asking, do you remember my hand?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what I told you?
Yeah.
Do you remember why I told you?
Yeah.
Dellums' youngest daughter, Piper, is proud that her father became an early voice against oppression in South Africa, applying pressure that would one day bring an end to apartheid.
You said, take my legacy, take my mantle. You're the smartest person I know. Go into the world and heal the land and do it in your way.
You know, Ron never gave up. He never became bitter. He loved people.
This is not my hand, this is your dad. He wanted you to tell again, louder, louder and clear, what he told you.
I'm passing you my mantle, I'm passing you my anointing, and passing it to you. You're the smartest one that I know. Run. There's so much work to be done. Run, run, run and heal the world, and don't stop. Do it in your way. Run, baby girl. Do it in your way.
So she's spoken to me like a sister, but also like an angel.
He said, I saw you when you cried in front of that candle. Why did you cry?
She's given me the faith and trust and support that was being given me by my dad before he left. So she's done this beautiful transition of allowing me not to feel the void of his leaving.
I don't know where to go when I'm not speaking with you, or I just don't know how to feel safe in the world without you in it.
In the area where I don't have a female in my life, because I don't have a relationship with my mother, and I don't have a sister. She has stepped in with the feminine to remind me that I am also loved and purposeful and beautiful and worthy, that I'm valuable.
It's not just me that tried to basically sending you messages and changing her. So she changed me in so many ways as well.
So our silly song goes this way. We are the key to do more than just let it be. The key to our destiny is in the hands of our humanity. His love is more than a philosophy. 'Cause we are the key.
We are the key.
We are the
but
key.
Diamond's key.
Thank you. Thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you for all the gifts and all the blessings. We hear you loud and clear. We hear your aching heart, and we hear your call for renewal.
Thank you, coronavirus. Thanks for the opportunities. Thanks for the opportunity of a lifetime to gain an unparalleled enlightenment. I thank the universe for the opportunities it is providing us now. the opportunity to slow down and reflect on our lives, the opportunity to rethink our being and the purpose of our lives, the opportunity to spend time with those around us and our loved ones, the opportunity to better get to know my partner, my kids, the love of my life, my parents, and all. The opportunity to reevaluate our lives and our life directions as well as our purposes. The opportunity to refocus, re-energize, reorganize, rebuild ourselves. The opportunities to get out of our busy and self-focused lives and pay attention to the world around us. The opportunity to value our friends and social interactions. The opportunity to have access to product and services when we want them. The opportunity to recognize and appreciate every little things in our life that we did not even see before. The opportunity that we love another. The opportunity to see that even the pretty faces on TV are nothing but an image. The opportunity to realize that my worth is not my status. The opportunity to understand that we all need one another. The opportunity to believe in ourselves and believe in our power and believe in God. Thank you, COVID-19. Thank you, coronavirus. Thank you for value our friends and our social interactions. For the opportunity to have access to products and services when we want them. The opportunities to recognize and appreciate every little things in our life that we did not even see it before. Thank you, coronavirus. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. Thank you for allowing us to put aside all our problems. Thank you for stopping us. Thank you so much. Thank you for making us appreciate the luxury we lived in. The abundance of products, freedom, health, wealth, love, and anything we wanted. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, coronavirus. The earth was begging us and begging us and begging us to stop for a very long time. And thank you that you help the earth to breathe, to feel fresh and rebuild herself. This virus is with us, is an inside of our brain, our mind, our body, our soul. This virus came to us to show us how little and how tiny we are. This virus shows us the opportunity to see that the king of all beings is vulnerable to a tiny virus. This virus came to our life to show us that we are nothing than just soul. And this virus came to our life to show us to be kind and lovable, to send positive energies and love to others. Thank you, coronavirus.
I thank the Mother for providing us with an opportunity to listen to it again. I thank for the second chance for renewal and refreshment and replenishment. I thank the universe for cleansing and purging all the negativity created for so many years, the pollution, the warming, the abuse of resources, the waste,